Happy to see you all here today. My name is Alexey Chekhvalov. I'm Chief Growth Officer and co-founder of 24TTL. We are IT company, software as a service. We are doing shopping experience solution for brands and retailers. And today, basically, we are here to talk about retail media in the Middle East, how it evolves, some data around it. We're going to have some nice speakers today about how to drive better retail media, how to drive conversions in the retail media, what are the opportunities here on the market, and of course, we're going to have a very nice panel discussion with people, with brands and retailers about how it actually is working. So a couple of words about us first. We are, as a hosting company, 24TTL, as I mentioned, we actually operate in quite many countries and hosting these IDRF events everywhere, right? So just a couple of days ago, we hosted one in Jakarta, and I think still another one going in Mexico. So we are kind of at the same time, guys have still late evening there in Mexico City, and at the same time, we're speaking about same things, which is really cool. About ourselves, we are 15 years on the market in online retail, and since 2007, we were as a digital agency. In 2019, actually, this is the picture from 2019, and the team, it grew from this size to more than 100 people already in 5 different continents. That's where the software service came place, and that's where the company grew dramatically. Of course, driven by COVID as well, because many brand retailers finally realized that e-commerce became a thing. Who may thought about it? So it takes a bit slow. International Digital Retail Forum is our own platform of events. These are forums and meetups that we are hosting all around the world. These are some images that you may see. Here's our CEO and founder. You may find this guy over there in a nice jacket. The goal of these events is to unite brands and retailers on one event, and companies as well, and to talk about challenges, struggles, opportunities of e-commerce and online retail. These are some examples from how we do it in Mexico, in Jakarta. I think just on Tuesday we had it, just fresh pictures. So we do it in different formats. Now we are in like small, nice format of a meetup, up to normally 30, 40 people. But I think, we have a team also to run a really great and big conference here. And I think it's going to be quite soon launched. So today as well, we're going to talk about the shift to e-commerce, how technologies, how the media shifts to e-commerce, and how we can actually use it to eventually drive our sales as brands and retailers, and of course make people's lives much better, right? Because we're all here to make consumers make right decisions and buy our products. So, of course, we have some partners here who support us. So first of all, WEE.ae, this is the fastest marketplace in the Middle East. You can get an iPhone in less than 1 hour. It's Chulakov Design Studio, who creates a ton of creatives, landing pages, and apps, and many, many more. We're going to have today with us Vonage. This is communications APIs that enhance consumer experience. And of course, Alternative end-to-end e-commerce solutions. So let's start our agenda. And the first speaker of today is Julia Sarapulova. She's lead of UX department at Chulakov Global, and she's going to talk about retail media in the Middle East and in the world, statistics and tips. Welcome. Welcome, Julia. This is your clicker.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
So,
floor yours.
Yeah, thank you. So nice to see you here, and it's an honor for me to open today's meetup, and I'm pretty nervous, but anyway, let's start. So today I'm gonna tell you about what is going on retail media, so what experts see in their forecast, and what we should expect in the future, and how to be prepared in the new reality. But before we'll start, let me say a few words about myself. So my name is Julia Sarapulova. I'm a head of analytics at Chulakov Global, and I've been working in this sphere about 5 years, and that's I think. And of course, few words about the company I work for. I promise just few words. So we are a software development company with a strong focus on design and for humans. So we and our specialists have the high level of expertise in UX and UI in development, high loaded. Uh, ah, Pretty close. Okay, got it. Thank you. So yeah, and that's all. And I think now we can start. So, what is going on retail media and online retail media as well? So, there are a lot of estimates, there are a lot of opinions about it, but this fact that each of us visited today's meetup confirm this fact that it's a hottest topic. So we have a lot of players in this field. We have a lot of opinions, estimates, tool marketplaces, and different online platforms. And nowadays, we understand that it's the most efficient marketing channel if we want to attract new clients and work with them. And we understand that people get used to make purchases in online. So the latest statistics say that customers make purchase 2-3 times per week. So it's really incredible, and we have enormous numbers about it. So this field is developing, and our chance to take this opportunity work with that. And I've collected some interesting information for you. What is going on there? What figures we have, and so on. So let's start. And first of all, I think it's interesting to see pretty interesting numbers about volume global retail media. And latest statistic reports say that now global retail media volume is to just over $125 billion in 2026, and it's really enormous and it's really stunning. And according to Bain & Co, this rate is going to grow by 10% per year through 2026. So we should understand that it's pretty our chance. So it's developing, and more marketing budgets are invested in this field. And that's why it's a point to think about it. And of course, the few words about the main retail media players in the field. I'm sure that you noticed there one of really well-known some marketplaces just as Amazon, eBay, Etsy, Shopify, and I'm sure that you noticed their company, which used to be associated with the offline, and it's pretty complicated now to see their online market. And what these statistics show us? Well, first of all, we should understand that year by year we will see more new players, and these players will come from the different part of the market, offline, so mass market, and so on. And we should think about it. And of course, what's about spending, and latest statistics say that nowadays, and a statistic about United States, and it says that retail media take the third position on this rating if we're talking about marketing spending. Yes, it still is traditional channel as a TV, for example. But anyway, we are sure, and we already see the statistics, so it will be more higher than it's before. And moreover, if we will talk about CIS region, especially about Russia, so retail media has been already ahead of traditional TV, and this future will be suitable especially for this region. So we already see this statistic. We already see the reasons why it will be happen. And one more interesting statistic, about 27% of advertisers use at least 6 retail media networks regularly. So it's really amazing. So we understand that it's really so it works, and it's just a fact. And it's interesting because we should pay attention on users' behavior. So when users visit the platform like Amazon, they're ready for buying something. So they visited this website because of it. So it's a fact. And your task as a business is just to track their attention and take this client. And that's why business companies, sellers, advertisers see the point at it. And that's why, so yes, they used at least 6 retail media networks. It works like this. And one more interesting point about it. Now advertisers look at retail media from the side of users funnel, traditional users funnel. So first of all, people understand their pain, so their task, and they try to find the best solution in order to solve it, and then they try to estimate some variety and so on. It's really interesting. So it already works as a traditional channel. Okay. So, and one more interesting statistic about budget. So, according to the last statistic of Marketer, it's analytics agency. They say the seller distribute ad budget from social media to retail market. So, and the most of it advertisers are ready to invest about 35% of their budget. So I agree that that's figure are pretty unstable. So we see the real gap. But anyway, it's a fact that it's about quarter of the main marketing budget. And so we talk a lot about USA and the global statistic, but what about China? So we see that China, it's like a trendsetter in retail media, especially online retail media. And there you see some interesting statistics. So we see that China is ahead of the USA retail media. And what about it? So we should understand that we have really strong market, and this market as a driver of this niche. And so let's see. So there are some more interesting statistic. You see budget, it's a billion. So just imagine how many budgets invested in this field. It's really stunning. And of course, what is going on in with retail media in MENA regions? So the last statistics say that e-com value in MENA reached 57 billion by dollars, of course, by 2026. And we understand that some MENA region, Eastern Mid region, is in middle between USA and China. And latest statistics say that we see the potential for this region, for this market. And latest statistic approved it. And why? So it's happening right now with this market, with this industry in this region. So we should understand, first of all, in 2026, the popularity of online shopping has increased by 68% in MENA. So as you can see on this map, so it's one of the highest rates of this development, and that's why. Experts, analysts see the point in this. So we should be prepared. It's a chance to take this opportunity and work with this market. And one more interesting statistic, we should understand that 55% of population is under 30, so it's young people who is driving these markets. So they are modern, they understand how is it convenient to pay to make purchase in online markets. So it's our target audience. So this is people will develop this industry, and so it's we should think about it. And one more one more interesting statistic. So as we can see, 134 on average spends customers in MENA. So it's pretty higher than in Europe. So we see that there is money. So we understand that it's a chance for us to work with the market and attract new clients. So let's do it just. And so what I want to say about it. So we understand that retail market, retail media, online retail media is increasing rapidly. It's a fact. We see that, and some figures prove this statistic. And we as a specter, we as experts, we see some forecasts, and we work with this field as well. We understand that in the future we will face with competition, very strong competition, and it will increase rapidly as well because it's just a law. And what is the result? So cost of a client is getting extensive, but it's already extensive, and we understand that it's easier and cheaper to work with the loyalty of our current clients than attract someone new. But in the future, it will be super extortionate. We should be prepared for this. And and as a result, yes, we understand that your task as a business is to attract attention of your prospective clients in the field of online showcase. So as I said before, if we're talking users' behavior, they visit marketplaces because they're really ready to buy something. So they visited it for this. And your task is to attract these clients using their variety of tools which marketplaces platform offers. So it's about placing banner. It's about creating nice, attractive, beautiful picture for your cart pages, cart product. And that's especially about it. So we now in the field where the design is key tools which we should use. So yes, it is. And how to do it? So how we can attract the people in this field? So first of all, we should control the subconscious perception of prospective customers through design. So it's really about something mental. So it's about psychology. It's about attracting people. So everything about this. And today, I think now in our panel discussion, my colleagues will show you how to do it. And in the next discussion, we will see more details about it. So, and sum up my presentation, I want to say that we really understand that retail is increasing rapidly. So it's how, as I said before, it's a fact. And from year to year, more and more retailers and company will participate in promotions using retail media. We should be prepared for this. We will face with the new competitors. We will face with the new obstacles maybe in some way, and we should be prepared. And we understand that the cost of a client is getting extensive. It's a fact, unfortunately, I think for everyone anyway. But we can solve this situation, solve this problem using especially design. And how we will work with this, so we will see later. And that's all. Thank you for your attention. I'm really was glad to meet you. And yeah, and that's all. I told you that I'm pretty nervous. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. Have a nice day. So see you. Thank you.
Hey, Julia, thanks a lot. Guys, do you have any questions right now? Julia.
To begin with, I think that was very helpful. Now, you showed numbers for US and China in terms of your online retail media distribution. I would like to know more, what are your thoughts in terms of the distribution in the MENA region?
In the MENA region, so yes, I have some slides for about, yes, we see these estimates, yes, this
by platform.
Platform. Yeah.
Go to the slide where you have the US and China comparison.
Yes. So unfortunately, I didn't get it, but it's a point to think about it in the future. So maybe later we will discuss it. So
let's align after the event, and then we can see what we can give you there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let's move forward. Thanks a lot, Julia.
Thank
really
you
nice
so much.
Insight. Yep. Okay. And our speaker today is CISO of WEE, the fastest marketplace, as I already mentioned you. So please welcome Anton Sizemin. He's going to talk about UAE e-commerce marketing tools that you need for success, insightful cases from the marketplace merchants.
Thank you, Alexey.
The floor is yours. Yep.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. My name is Anton Sizemin. I'm the CCO of WEE Marketplace, Dubai-based marketplace. And before we start, I would like to say some few words about our company, about what we do, and about what we offer. WEE is a fast and predictable marketplace with a wide range of products on the website. We use 13 categories, and our website consists more than 50,000 SKUs, ranging from the latest version of iPhone to, for example, kitchen appliances or cleaning essentials, and much more products with 1 hour delivery in Dubai and the next day delivery in the rest of the UAE. Also, we are interested in the Middle East market. We developing our super app application for our B2B and B2C services. Also, I would like to say about our partnership with market giants like Karim and Talabat. It holds potential to expansion more than 100,000 orders per day. And if we speak about the UI market, we should speak from the market view. And as Julia mentioned before, and I agree with Julia, we see that the UI market is continuing to grow exponentially, and it has good potential to implement, to try some tools that have proved the efficiency on different markets. And domestic local companies have good opportunity to focus their attention, to pay attention, to focus their resources to these kind of tools. As you know, when you're working with marketplaces, there are many stages such as integration, content creation, product advertising, warehouse operation, accounting, and optimization of all these stages. And recognizing the necessity of our partners to be resourceful and efficiency on the e-com market, we have launched the academy for our partners, for our sellers, and we do it for free. We share our wealth expertise in the e-commerce area because our team have huge experience in the e-commerce area. We do it with local companies, and we do it with foreign companies because all of them are interested in the Middle East market. We do it with our own team. Also, we invite some speakers to cover one of the topics more depth. But our academy is not only a theoretical platform, we also provide to our partners some practical tools. And for example, this summer we have started to launch relationship with our technical partner, 24 TTL, and we granted to our sellers, to our partners, complimentary, it means free, access to our innovative tool. It calls 24AI, and it tools to create the most amazing lists of content. This tool empowers by artificial intelligence, by neural network, and meanwhile, if you know, some experts say in the market that SKUs card with good quality of content generate more than 24% GMV. This tool automates to extract some pictures of product from single photo, then you can create multiply distinct pictures for websites. Our partners can download it in high resolution and WEE compatible format, and then upload it to our web platform, our website. And I think it's not only about picture creation. It's also about your speed, and you have opportunity to quickly change your SKUs, changes your list of content, and that's why you can be faster than your competitors. Assuming that I said before, we can see a growing market and good opportunity for our partners to implement the best tools. If we speak about the market, you can also talk about competition, and we have high level of competition here, as Julia mentioned, and I agree with Julia that we have there are a lot of companies here, domestic companies, foreign companies, and there are a lot of different products here. That's why our partners need to obtain the tools to advertise their products well. And that's why we provide for them, for our sellers, a wide range toolbar of marketing. And we divide it into two different groups, the different parts. And first of them, it's a regular marketing tool. The list consists of push notifications, email notifications, promotions, mention search and result privacy, banners, and I think it's regular marketing. And some of you use these marketing tools. I'm right? Yeah. And our partners have good result with them. Some of them good results better than they have on the biggest platforms in the UAE. And I think it's not only better result, it's the best result for them. And I think it's the best result for us too. And the second part is regular marketing tools. We use target plus strategy, invite only strategy when we have several partners for each category. We don't have situation when we need to have thousands and thousands partners in each category. That's why we can use some regular marketing tools which you cannot see on the most popular marketplaces in the UAE and I think in the world. First of all, I would like to tell you about promo gifts. It's a good opportunity to our partners to deliver some gifts directly to client. And I think it's a win-win situation when our client can try new products, when we as marketplace have good indicator of retention and good indicator of NPS with their clients, and our partners, our sellers have good opportunity to deliver products directly to clients without any additional marketing cost. Because as we know, we have big level of high level of competition here, and we have high level of advertising cost. And I think it's good instrument to use for our sellers. The second of them is shop and shop mechanism. We use shop and shop mechanism, and it looks like regular marketing tools, which you can see on the most biggest marketplaces, but we don't have any related products instruments inside it. It means you can use outside traffic for it without fear that your traffic will be reduced by related products in it. And we see that our partners use mix of these kinds of instruments. as I mentioned, as I said before, some of them have better results than they have on the biggest platforms in the UAE. And also we have some partners, some sellers who use it well, and they are growing faster than our marketplace grow. And I think it's a situation when we use these mechanisms well. In conclusion, I would like to say about retail media, about what we see. We see that retail media have good results in China, in the USA market, and I believe that in the UAE, this kind of instruments has already started, and I believe that this kind of instruments will be increase their attention in the UAE market in short future, in short time. Thank you for your attention. I'm Anton, the CCO of WEE Marketplace.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Anton. Really nice insights and the tools that you're running at WEE. Guys, do you have any questions to Anton right now? Thank you.
Anton, thank you so much for your presentation. So I want to understand when you started this, like it's been there in the market for how many years first, and then I'll have subsequent questions around it. When you started WEE.ae,
We have started last year, and we have started operation since January of 2023.
okay. And since, as you said, it's a marketplace, right? So are you also maintaining your own inventory? It's fully marketplace.
We use all known mechanisms of marketplaces. We use 1P mechanism when we sell our own products. And also we use 2P model as fulfillment model for our partners, and 3P model for partners who use their own warehouses.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I work for a consumer company. I work for Casio. I have a question for you. Like, there is so many other competitors to you in the market. Why will I work with you?
I think that we have situation in current time when we should have some competitors on the market. It's not possible to have one company in the area. And for example, we see that, for example, Noon, like Noon 15s, they try to do the same thing that we do. And it's good opportunity for us to be stronger for the first time. And it's good opportunity to create borders in the market, because our customers, they know new borders from the new. And we work on the market with borders, with customers who know well what we should to do and what we expect on this market. That's why it's good situation when we have some competitors, and maybe some of them with one of the best companies in the UAE. It's good.
Yes. One more question. Do you think, I think you offer the service of fast delivery, basically. Do you think people will accept fast delivery and high price?
I think in different kind of products, they accept different prices. For example, in electronic segment, when you need to upload your cartridge in your printer on Saturday, for example, we can set prices more than 30% about first price on the marketplace.
That's good news.
I think it's always, I mean, the need is really there. I mean, that's quite important for consumers to get something that they need on time, right? So, and sometimes waiting even for tomorrow, especially non-consumer goods products, which, I mean, where the added value of the delivery will not play a major role, I think that really works the best. And like the example, when you need to print something today because you need to do a homework or home project for your kids at school for tomorrow, you don't have time to wait for tomorrow. I think here.
And on the right hand, you have situation when some people have emotions. And I want this iPhone because I want it right now and here. and I want to pay the money for it because I wanted to have it, within hour.
Yeah, definitely, but as a business, it's interesting because maybe if someone wants something right now, maybe that kind of feeling should come with a price.
Right.
For example, maybe I sell my watch for 100 dirham at the store, 100 dirham online, but you get it tomorrow or after tomorrow. But if you want it today, 15 minutes, you have to pay 40 dirham more.
Absolutely.
So it's more profitable to me.
Absolutely right. And we have situation when we divide the market into two different parts. The most part is the part with the next day and predictable delivery in 1 week, for example. And the small part, but it's important part, maybe about this 10% of all of volume of market. 10% for us, it's good numbers. It's around $1 billion per year, and it's good area to develop business here.
Sorry, I'm asking too many questions. What is the error percentage? Means how many times you miss delivery in 15 minutes, and how do you manage customer complaints?
We deliver within 1 hour, not 15 minutes, because 15 minutes, I think it's a marketing promise, but we try to do 90% of our delivering in 1 hour, and we use technology when we try to deliver our products in 45 minutes. And this for us is good opportunity to be better for client because we promised them 1 hour and do it in 45 minutes, for example.
Cool. Thank you guys for a question. I've said, yeah, there's another one.
Hello, this is Raza. I'm coming from the distribution side. I like the platform you have, and for sure, like right now, we are in discussion with the team for onboarding. It's in the process right now. I just deep dived the account and I saw some things which I would like to ask. One thing that right now in this region, which do you think is your main competition as a marketplace? Because what I see in last month, total of 35,000 traffic was there in your platform in September, and there was a good hype in August. It was around 84,000. And if I compare from my side with Dubai store, which is also a baby, like 4 years old only, and it has 484,000 on an average traffic. So who do you understand is your direct competition?
Our direct competition is service and fast delivery, and we use some marketing. We use some marketing tools to increase our traffic from month to month. Because if you know, e-com is not a simple area when you can increase it twice or 10 times per month. You can do it with small increase. And I think that we continue to grow, and I think we will reach big numbers in our traffic. And for example, traffic is not the main thing for our sellers. I worked in Russia in one of the biggest marketplaces in Russia, and I saw the situation when we have big count of sellers on marketplaces, and when you divide your traffic, when you divide your sales to all competitors on the website, on the marketplace, you have same sales on different platforms. And it means we have situation now when some of our partners have sales better than they have on Amazon, for example, and they told us about it because it's an amazing situation when you have little traffic and big sales.
Yeah, like that's fine, but see, like traffic plays a vital role because you know that even this is like in our beginning of learning, that in offline also, in any store, if there is more traffic, it means it will have more sales for sure. However, I can like get for those brands, they might doesn't have that visibility on Amazon, that is why they don't have that sale. But what is your idea how to increase it? As I said that in August it was good, like around 87,000, but in September it decreased to 35,000 traffic on your platform. So like, how do you think from the and what process or what idea you to follow to get more traffic in upcoming year?
First of all, we should speak about numbers, because you see only web traffic. We also have application and traffic in it. That's why we use different platforms to increase our sales, and I cannot see any decrease in September. We increase our sales and we increase our traffic month to month. And second part is about our future. We use different digital channels to increase our traffic. We also use viral mechanisms, as I mentioned before, and we use mechanisms that provide our services without expensive digital traffic. And we will increase our sales, we will increase our traffic in future, I believe in it.
Okay, Anton, thanks a lot for your answer and the questions from the team. Actually, I have here Anastasia Kim, who wanted to add a little bit more. So Anastasia is the co-founder of WEE Marketplace. So she wanted to elaborate more on
Hi.
your questions.
Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you, Anton. About your question, this is a very important thing. How Anton said before, we started work with a US model, invite-only model. For example, in Noon or Amazon, there are about 30,000 different sellers in platform. You know it, yeah? And it's too high competitor scale. And we work right now with 100 sellers, and just imagine. So if we have traffic, we put it in these 100 sellers, not thousands competitors. Yeah, and right now we are focusing for mobile first advertising. Yeah, and you looked at website traffic, and we increase mobile traffic because it is more comfortable. Yeah, and if we talk about the big reason why you need come to our platform, because it's new customers. It's customers who can take different products within 1 hour delivery in same day. Right now in our platform, more than 50,000 of different unique SKU. And all these stream you can take immediately. And soon we will launch predictable delivery within 1 hour when it will be convenient for customers. Yeah, this is about extra service, because if you will go in another platforms, the Store, Noon, Amazon, the most part of their assortment they delivery next day or maybe someday. But if you make order at the morning, yeah, and we make this kind of service for clients, and this is our high value proposition. Yeah, and we will go step by step to make extra service with help of 24th tutorial to make very good content, for make streaming platforms, for open fashion brands, and so on. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. I like how the quick delivery gets more attention than the retail media. And we have one more question for the audience in the back.
Hi. I've got one major question from you guys, which is, why should I choose your service? Because you're saying, for example, delivery within 1 hour. Tesla does that for me. You're saying same-day delivery. Amazon Prime does that for me. Most of my consumers shop at night. My showrooms are closed, but because I have my stock in the Amazon warehouses, FBA, it gets catered for. So basically what I'm saying is that everything that you guys have been saying so far, I can get if I distribute my services to Amazon, to Talabat delivery, and to, let's say, Noon. Because I'm from a perfume brand and I get average 60K, 50K per month just from Talabat. I get 250K roughly from Amazon, and most of that is automated. FBA, you get the notifications. We've shipped this 1 a.m., 2 a.m., whatever. They're getting orders processed by Talabat within, let's say, 1 hour, maximum 2 hours. So from you guys specifically, from WEE.ae, what can I get from you? What makes you stand out from that whole package?
It's a rather simple situation that you describe. I know some guys, some retailers in the market who provide some experiment. They have account on the one website, one known website, one known marketplace, and they divide to two different accounts with the same assortment. And expectation of this was that your sales will be divided to two different same parts, and all volume will be equal that you volume before the experiment. But in reality, they have two different accounts will summon volume more than volume of their company before the experiment. And it means that it's rather a situation like in the Oxford experiment when we had one Coca-Cola machine in it, and they had some sales of Coca-Cola in Oxford. And when they do Pepsi Cola near the Coca-Cola machine, they see that the volume of sales increased more than 2 times because people have some choose between Pepsi Cola and Coca-Cola. And this is the same situation. We have some different companies on the market, but all of them have opportunity to catch their clients. And our assortment, our SKUs, our unique website provide some clients for us. We are not we're not a company who try to reach Amazon in volume of sales. We are working with our delivery in 10% of market, and we will try. We are going to be a leader in this segment, and we are going to work with 1 hour delivery as well as we can. And our good service and our team, our company will be good in that segment. That's why I believe that we will have good results, and we already have good results in this market, and we will rise with our business and future.
Thanks, Anton. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you, audience. I really like how the IDRF brings these kinds of discussions, right? So it's not just a keynote, but it's a really meaningful discussion. So, but everyone's here, and I really encourage you guys after the event to do some networking. We have some coffee over there, so you can continue and talk to the participants as well. All right, and by the way, forgot to mention that, of course, everyone registered gonna get the slides, so you're gonna have all the information with you. So shifting back to the idea of the retail media, but by the way, thank you guys to emphasize on the importance of the quick delivery. But again, we're talking about how do we actually encourage people to buy? How do we manage our advertising campaigns within the platforms? And guys from WEE actually shared with you some interesting capabilities that they have. And of course, like on this market, we see more inventory coming in, more opportunities to promote the products. But here I want to talk about a little bit more details. It's not about the actual buying part of the media, but about where these media leads, right? So in the classic digital marketing, we all know that we have these landing pages, promotional pages, websites, whatsoever, name it, and we have a full control over it. And of course, we work like crazy on ensuring the conversion rate of these pages, because if we buy ads, we want them to basically pay back, right? So, and we work on the profitability of pages, and of course, combining them with the efficiency of these pages to make your return on marketing investment not just positive, but growing in double digits and further. However, when we talk about retail media, where the traffic leads, this is unlike the classic landing pages where we have a full control over that, or brand pages where we have full control. We have retailers' product cards or product pages. We have brand zones, and we have shop in shops. Let's say in the most cases, these are the scenarios where you're gonna land your users, your traffic on the retailer or on the marketplace. And just like with traditional digital retail, and I love how we now say traditional about digital media, right? So previously we were saying traditional media about outdoors and other classic marketing stuff. Now we are transitioning from the classic digital marketing into retail media marketing. And just like with the digital marketing, where everything starts with the GA4, setting up your analytics, setting up your pixels or whatsoever to have a control over the page, it all begins with analytics on the retailer as well. And yes, you have to analyze what's going on the retailer's page, what's going on around your competitors and around your products as well. And there are actually numerous of different things you can track. For example, we are at 24TTL, we're tracking more than 75 different metrics, but I'm going to go through 5 most important ones that every single brand or distributor or even a retailer have to look at to make sure that the campaign would succeed. First one is, of course, search positions. I'm going to go into more details into each one, so let's go one by one first. Competitors' promotional budgets, availability and prices, quality of product content, one of the main things that actually keeps your CRs higher, and ratings and reviews, right? So we all want to lead to the products which are positive, which have positive feedbacks, and of course we don't want to lead to the products which have negative feedbacks. So to start with, we go with checking top positions on the search, on the category, and we call it visibility analysis, right? So before launching any campaign, you have to understand what is your position in the marketplace or online retailer search or category, and etc. etc. And here I got an example. Sometimes it happens that the product goes a little bit further down, somewhere on the second, on the third page of the search by the keyword, and we all kind of know that nothing actually exists on the second and the third page of the search, right? Some even joke there is a black hole there, but the idea is that you can promote these products. If you're going down and you see that, same day you can launch the promo and get to the basically first line of the sponsored products. So if you're losing organic traffic, you can very easily define that by having analytics on board and then make a decision to launch a campaign on this particular SKU. And of course, customers who use that, they show some nice increase in conversion rates, right? So because you know which product you need to promote, you get more successful. Then after you analyze what you promote, you have to plan your promotional budget plan. And here there are lots of different insights how to do that. But before launch any campaign, you have to understand what actually is going on already. Who is promoting right now? Which banners? What visibility of these banners is? So that's where, again, the AI tool comes in place, which scans all the marketplaces and retailers and tell you, okay, these banners, we've seen them so often, and then you can calculate the average amount of budget that your competitors are spending. That's where you can plan accordingly, right? Because it's probably going to be useless if your competitors is a lot of the budget and you are trying to squeeze in without any knowledge of how much do they spend. Moving further, availability, right? I think it's quite obvious, but sometimes I still see examples when you click on the ad and you go to the retailer and the product is out of stock. What a waste of money, to be honest. Right? But unfortunately, that happens still. You can automate that, and you can, of course, track certain products which are going in stock and out of stock. But not only your products, also competitors' products. For example, if you know that you have a direct rival, a product which is competing with yours, and it is out of stock right now, and you can use that advantage to basically add more traffic to your product because there's no competition right now, right? So you can use this benefit to increase the sales increase the price, sorry, a little bit, and win from that because there's no other way the consumer would go, but probably with your product, and that really increases your return on marketing investment just by adjusting the price a little bit when the product of competitor is not in stock. And of course, price and discounts analysis. That's where I think this is one of the things that most of the brands already using on a consistent basis, on a daily, hourly scheme. And this is where you have to look at what's going on right now, what kind of promotions are driven by your competitors as well. For example, if we have a special promo and a special price, for example, at noon we see the prices cross and the competitor is using some promotional budgets to cut the price of the product. That's where you can dive in as well, right? Because why not? Why do you lose this opportunity? That's where you can promote your product as well and drive more traffic with retail media to distract the user from the, let's say, organic search of the competitor. And last but not least, not the last, but one of my most favorite things, content, right? That's where you do all these tweaks and tricks with UX, UI, you know, when you want your product page to look perfect. But again, you have to really analyze how it's looking at the moment. And again, doing it on a daily basis is quite a hard task to do, and you can automate that with the analytical tools. So of course, you want your product page to look perfect when you launch your retail media campaigns. You want to have sufficient enough images, videos, everything, and we're able to track that and tell you which product actually has more chances to convert into a sale because it has better content. And yeah, now the last but not the least is reputation monitoring. As I said, you don't want your campaigns to land the products which some not really positive reviews, and vice versa. You want to launch the campaigns to those products which are perfect. Or maybe your competitors have some issues with the ratings and reviews, right? So again, it's a very nice opportunity where you can benefit from launching a campaign on certain products. So the key about it is that your analytics should be built into your promotional workflow cycle, right? So just like again with the traditional digital marketing, when digital marketers are nailing the GA4 and any other tools, e-commerce, and should really look into what's going on with every single SKU of your products and the competitors on a digital shelf. So you start with analytics, you go further to prepare an MVP with higher conversion rate, you do the budget planning and launch advertising campaign, and then you analyze it again. So, and you do it all over again, right? Eat, sleep, rave, repeat. Classic, right? And of course, when everything is launched, when everything is going well, we're still thinking about how we can do any better things with conversions, right? So it's always an amount of you can grow. And that's where comes the creation of content. And we know that, I mean, with every single brand online, everyone's going crazy right now with content creation because content is what? Content is king, right? So this is what we, as users, we see product pictures, landing pages, and based on that, we make decisions. And let's talk about things like the gallery. This is the first thing that your users see in the category, in the search. The first main image is the first that your user sees, right? And when it leads to the page, they can see other images in the gallery. And let's have a look at this example. how sometimes it looks, right? So we are as users scrolling and actually we see sponsored products, right? But let's be honest, it only has one image, right? And this is simply not enough to make a solid decision, because when you buy online, you only have this. You have the characteristics, some text, and the only one image. You cannot turn it upside down. You cannot, see how to connect the cable or whatsoever. And many people actually drop at this stage. They either go offline where they can touch with their hands, or even like here, you see sometimes the quality of images is also not really good. So you're not able to define what is this. And quite often people go to the recommended products and they buy something else, which, gives them more understanding of this product. And this is a very big problem. So yeah, don't do like that. But I know that it is a kind of a struggle, right? So to make all of the product pages look perfect, let's find the criteria of the high conversions images in the gallery first. Of course, we want to see our product in its natural environment, not just the blank picture on the white background, right? So we want to see how this product's gonna fit its natural surroundings, right? So and of course we want to demonstrate the benefits of the product. And there was a question here already, like, why do I need to work with your marketplace? Why do I need to buy your product? Why these features are important for me, right? And this is how we use images to explain these benefits of the product. And of course, to emphasize the uniqueness of the products. Every product has its unique features and we want to show them in a certain way. You're going to tell me, Alex, that's obvious. Hey, Epson, hello. But fortunately, as we see, sometimes it's still the case. We see the products, even sponsored products, without these things, because it's obviously also expensive to some distributors, some brands as well, to make every single shot of every single product. But where am I going? I'm going to the revolutionary thing which broke people's minds this year, AI. With AI, you can really do that in a couple of clicks, right? And you can actually test it on that beautiful iMac right after the event. You can test it on yourself, but I'm going to show you how it works. You can just take one shot of the product. It removes the background automatically, and you can generate hundreds or even thousands of different pictures in different surroundings. No need for the design team anymore. No need to wait for weeks or whatever to get a beautiful shots with your products. Ejemplo. That's a high from our Mexican team. Someone changed the slide. Example. So let's see how it may look like actually some real products, right? So with what we are. So we took a product here, which has a couple of images, but of course it always can be better. So we took this image into the system, and this is what we did. We wrote a small prompt. This is how it works, right? So it's basically similar to ChatGPT technology, right? So when you describe what do you want to see with your product, and you get the results. So you want to enhance this experience. You want to show that this stove can look much better. What's the original size of that? What can be around it? Just create some sort of the environment which makes people want to buy that, right? And what is more, you can even, add these kind of surfaces and add even some texts and features which you want to highlight about the product and put them directly into the gallery so that the users from the first backshot, they can see what you want to tell them, what you want to deliver to your unique selling propositions, right? And what is more, it can be adjustable to any kinds of formats, because what we know, even with marketplaces, they have different formats, different dimensions of the pictures, and especially the retail media also, all have different kinds of banners and stuff. And with the help of AI, you can crop anything how you want it and push it directly to the platforms in the format that you want. I'm gonna give you some more examples that our team played around, and you can also use it and try with your products. So yeah, these are done in seconds by our sales team. So no designers, nothing. So just initial picture. I really like this one, Aboud. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. So yeah, so this is how you just want to put the product into the environment, give more understanding how it's gonna look and what is, the overall vibe about the product. So let's sum up. The speed of content creation can be increased dramatically. The costs of production budget can be decreased dramatically, and the conversions are going up. These are examples of our customers who are using this kind of content after they implemented that. After not having any content at all, obviously, that goes just skyrocketing. And what I really like that it's easy and fast, and it can be customizable to different occasions, right? So we all have different color Fridays, all this kind of stuff, and we want to create different creatives for different events, and that's is possible right now. Moving further, still speaking about the content, we are going a little bit down to the page where we have so-called A+ content, which is very popular now with Amazon, and we also call it rich or enriched content, and it is also available, by the way, on many other retailers. Not many people actually know that that's not only Amazon thing. And yeah, let's have a look at this, right? So rich content versus the gallery photos. It just gets you more opportunity to create a story about your product. But I like to call it like it's a analog to classic landing pages that we used to be where we land the traffic. But now it's going into the product page. And of course, it helps you to show real brand values, to show all the USPs and key benefits, disclose your technologies, and many more, just to help user to stay more on the page. The more user stays on the page and gets your communication, the more chances you have to basically sell the product. Let's have a look at some examples how it's done right now, and actually supported by 24 Stream, which is the content syndication technology. This is basically a script embedded onto retail websites that is distributing your enhanced content to any platform. Because this is the main problem with enhanced content. So how to create it and how to syndicate it onto different platforms in a very short period of time, right? And I do believe that, by the way, we have some people here who use that technologies already, who know benefits. But if you have tested it, I really encourage you to do that. We have also example from Amazon. Actually, yeah, such content can be created within the platform and distributed to Amazon and also the other retailer in just a matter of seconds. By the way, Lulu is integrated with us as well quite recently in all GCC region. And again, the benefit that you get here is that you have one centralized place where you assemble the content, create the content with AI, and just in a matter of seconds, you push the content to all the platforms where your products are available right now and which are integrated with us. And I really like this figure. This is actually the figure by Amazon itself. They calculate the increase of conversion of A+ content, and they ranged in different categories and different amount of numbers. But in several categories, it's just growing dramatically up. If I'm not mistaken, that was fragrancies. But let's speak about like general numbers. GfK says that the average increase in purchases is up to 25%. Our experience with our customers is around 33%, and in different categories from consumer electronics, consumer goods, FMCGs, and others. To master this thing, and remember we were talking about landing pages, PDPs, and also brand zones and shop-in-shops, and Anton already told you about it today as a tool which can be really used positively in combination with retail media, is brand zones and shop-in-shops or special promotion projects. This is where you land your user, your consumer, onto separate area on retailer. In comparison, everyone has been to, I don't know, Shot of Digio or whatsoever, where you walk and you see the product core of Apple, Samsung, or any other brand, right? So this is a designated brand area which is, made in the style of this brand. This is exactly the same, but online, right? So when you have a designated space on the retailer, which is branded only with your products, with your brand, right? And no other competitors are there, no other competitive products. this is where this is the exact place where you can build brand performance campaigns, where you tell about your brand, about your products, and convert people into the buyers. There are different formats of that: simple landings, big shopping shops, and the biggest issue with that is how you manage it, how you control that, because you have to talk to the retailer, you have to agree on brand, and then you want to distribute shop and shop on several retailers at a time as well, because you want the omni-channel campaign, of course. But that's where it's a pain point, right? And again, the technologies come to help you on this stage, where you can just assemble your shop and shop in one system and distribute it into different retailers at a time to make a perfect look, and then boost your sales with added traffic from the retail media of the retailer or from any outside source. Just a couple of nice examples from different markets, actually, different retailers, just to show you how it's used pretty much globally by different brands. I really like this example as well, kind of sweet, from the Metro Cash and Carry in the CS market. And by the way, we discussed it with Metro, and they really like it as well as a retailer, because they are using that for their own trademarks, because we know that some retailers in market just have their own products, and this is how they promote these products as well. And these guys measure the results of that, and of course the time spent on the product page increases dramatically, because people really check everything, and then the conversion finally of the campaign increased by 34%, comparing to the conversion directly to the PDP. So of course, it helps you to automate, to attract customers' attention to the product, to increase brand awareness, and of course, increase conversion dramatically. But again, as I said, the biggest problem is how you manage that. And this can be done, again, within the content syndication solutions like 24Stream. And last but not the least, speaking about the retail media, and the ways how we can enhance the experience is how we actually can add even more traffic and more sales on top of our media campaigns. And you see, I mean, you have lots of different strategies here. You experiment, you can do many things, and what I really like about it, and I do see that here in the Middle East, it's kind of not used in such a scale as it's used on other markets, like in the EU or in the Americas, is the where-to-buy technology, which helps you to get more warm traffic to the retailers. Because what happens quite often when we search for a product, especially for kind of more expensive products like consumer electronics or expensive watches as well, we know 80% of users, they actually visit the brand website before buying, right? Because they want to spend money, right? So they want to build trust with the brand, they want to understand more about the product. But 85% of all buyers online actually finally buy the product in the retail, not in the direct-to-consumer store. Of course, we want our direct-to-consumer to operate more profitable, drive more sales. But again, if we are not offering an option on our website to search this product and buy it in store, we may lose support from these people, because 85% of the people will decide, okay, I'm still gonna go and buy on the retailer. Why? Because I have Amazon Prime, because I have something else, because they have better financial later or something like that. But the problem is that if we exclude this one and we're gonna find the store, we don't know what's going further, right? The consumer just goes out, Googles the product, and who knows what's going to happen. Maybe another media gets the attraction of this person, and then he finally ends up buying another product. So to eliminate that, just when the person has the intent to buy, give them the option by the where-to-buy solution, which drives the consumer directly to a retailer, same page of the same product, and according to our metrics, because we track the sales, right? So when you click this page, you go to the retailer, we get the information from the retailer of this traffic, and we know the conversion into the sales, and it's average around 3% after the position to the retailer, which is already quite good comparing to the organic results. But what about the media, right? You can ask me. This is one nice example how you can add onto your campaign. So let's imagine you have a campaign right now somewhere on Amazon or Noon, and you want to launch new product and to build more awareness about it, right? So what you can do, you can launch external campaign to any on any source. Like in this case, I took Forbes, and when you click to the banner, you can either go directly to a retailer, or maybe you can go to the brand website. So there are some scenarios here of the journey. But the idea here is that you can use the where-to-buy technology to basically track all this journey from the very first banner to the product page, and build higher trust for the consumer, and build higher conversion rate, basically adding this traffic directly to a retailer and analyze it, right? So let's sum up once again, right? We have to analyze yourselves and competitors to make more promising results. We have to improve basic content and promo strategy, and we use AI technologies to create it faster and easier and cheaper. We enrich PDPs with enhanced content because now it's easier. You can manage everything from one tool, and you add where-to-buy technologies, and you add external traffic, and you track it, and you build on top of your campaigns even more. So that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention. Yep. If you guys gonna have any questions, we're gonna have a panel discussion right now. I'm gonna introduce now for you the panelists. But before we go further, so after the panel discussion, we of course can discuss it a little more. But let me invite to the stage our panelists for today. We have Emanuele Corso, e-commerce manager, CISMETA at Epson. Aboud Khederchah, head of marketing, communications, and service marketing at Casio. Please welcome, guys. We have Evgenia Gevorkyan, digital marketing and e-commerce lead for Middle East, Turkey, and Africa at Versuni. Fuzel, consumer sales manager, Middle East and Turkey at Kaspersky. Tatiana Cornilova, digital transition manager at BSH Home Appliances Middle East. Imran C, head of omnichannel marketing, Middle East, Nothing Technology. And Prayas Chutani, strategic sales director at Vonash. Guys, come over, don't be shy, take your seats. We have a big party here. Thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you for your time. I hope you like the keynotes as well. So our goal right now is just to sum up what we discussed, right? So, and try to understand how it actually works on this market, and how the retail media overall is growing, how it's evolving, and what tools you as brands are using. So the first question that I want to raise is, and basically Julia in the beginning told about it, that the retail media is growing basically everywhere on every single market. And how it's actually going right now with your media kits, media marketing strategy. So do you see that trend coming here to the Middle East, or the region works on its own way, a different path? So can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
I mean, I can. Okay. You want to start?
Okay.
I can get started. I mean, the region is. I mean, we have to go as per the trends that we have. You know, we have what we see in this region is the traditional models of business. Also, need to adapt the new models of business. What I mean by, new model of channels for the advertising and marketing. The good thing that you raised is we see the retail media growing, particularly after COVID. So because. Yeah. One thing that you notice is what was supposed to be done in 5 years, the digital transformation happened in a matter of 1 year because of COVID. So, so each company needs to adapt itself, have to be agile and go not as per what was before COVID, but what has happened as per COVID. The agility, the adaptability is very key to grow the business in this region now. So definitely we see that even in this region, we have to go as per the market demand. So, and we are pretty much aligned with that.
Right, cool. Thanks for sharing that. Noelle?
Well, yeah, I can add that definitely we see the trend coming to the region, to the broader region, not only the Middle East. Just yesterday, just to talk about worldwide trends, just the Amazon ads published their quarterly results, and they were well above their expectations. So the trend is not only happening here, it's continuing worldwide. I think that it's something that brands here, companies here are adjusting to. At Epson, we see ourselves that this is something that within our competitors, it's growing, within our categories, it's growing, compared to a couple of years ago, where in certain cases we were probably the pioneers in the category in terms of retail media spend. But yeah, now it's a trend that's growing, and it's becoming more and more important as part of the marketing strategy for brands, for companies.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, from my side, I guess retail media have become so extensive in the sense that as marketers, we have so many tools to talk to one customer. The question always is, which one is more effective? I've seen through the presentation some tools of offline and online. How can we best place our ads and promotions to one customer? But because I sometimes travel and I see that there is a lot of new variety of retail media which we did not on, such as like the virtual reality and interactive content. You basically be walking somewhere and out of the screen you see some lion jumping and you trying to say, hey, this is the quality of our LCD. Yeah. Engagement, I think, is something we don't discuss when we discuss media. And we always, want the best quality, the highest conversion, top of the line medias out there, which people generally don't interact with. Only shoppers does. And of course, media can either convert someone to buy or create a loyal customer that comes again and again. In our case, what we do is we do both. We want to sell customers who use watches, but we also want to tell customers who have never interacted with us that, this is our competitive advantages. Why not?
Yeah.
So we use the media in a way that, yes, it is static and it is interactive.
And what do you think is driving more conversion? What more array? What is maybe somewhere where you put focus right now?
To be very honest with you, it's a very interesting question that I have no answer to.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we just place, I think Medina is over there, she knows also. When we place sometimes a logo of G-Shock somewhere, it creates more conversion. It's just, I don't know.
Magic.
Yeah, I don't know why. And sometimes we spend hours creating some nice movie and we place it everywhere on every LCD screen, on every board. It's like people don't even recall we did. I don't know. If I know, probably we would be selling triple the target we have. I don't know.
All right. Thanks for sharing that. Yes, you can.
Just to add your question, I am a true believer of omni-channel marketing approach. That is the one that works. Retail media is a new, that's why it's a bit of a hype and we have even a conference for it, but it's just a part of the overall marketing mix. Yep. Only if you have a product that is in line with consumer insight, only if you have a proper retail strategy where your product is available where consumer shops, only if you create an integrated marketing campaign with upper funnel and lower funnel built correctly for this target audience, you will see the uplift. Yeah, that's a combination of science and art, as always. We always have these discussions, like which part of the budget worked or not. But what we have clearly seen that this integrated approach usually generates higher ROI when we try to go, from the touch point perspective. Yeah, so you need to follow the process. Yeah. From A to Z, not the other way around. Yeah. Answering the first question, obviously, retail media is new. Now we can invest. And of course, we're experimenting and the share of retail media in the budget is growing. Having said that, the investment that we have in the traditional offline BTL, promoters, POSM, is kind of on the stable side or declining. So in a way, we are following the consumer dynamics. Yeah, more shopping in e-commerce, more budgets in retail media. In some cases, more shopping in offline, more budgets in offline.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned the offline thing because, well, we are talking about retail media here, talking about e-commerce more. But if we talk about, I mean, retail media is actually much more than that, right? So we can see the ads in the store at the cashier, right? Which is also retail media, right? So in this case, sometimes maybe it's not correct to tell that the shift is going to digital channels, but overall, I think the part of the retail thing, online or offline, takes more important place here. And I wanted to add on this. We heard some time ago from our American partners about the growing importance of Amazon, right? So, for example, if we were launching the product previously, we wanted to build awareness, right? So, and we did campaigns with influencers or any other awareness campaigns, and now, and we always consider the retail media as a performance tool, right? So we build the awareness somewhere else, then we use performance instruments. But Amazon right now has, I mean, if you want the product to be recognized, because everyone, and I think this is the case not only in the US but here as well, right? People go shopping. If we come online, Amazon noon dominantly on the market, and we want if our products to be recognized, we want to launch the product over there with a brand campaign. So what do you think about that, and whether it is the case for this market as well? Because this is an example from the US.
So yes, Amazon is very dear to my heart because in case of domestic appliances, it is a huge partner for us globally, and we get a lot of learnings from the US, UK, etc. What I see very clearly from Amazon per se is that first they were a retailer, then they became a marketplace, realizing that there is additional opportunity to earn money from marketplace commissions. Then they built in-platform retail media, classic performance tool, and then they thought, hey, what? Google is there, Facebook Meta is there, we will also go for advertising. So Amazon advertising team is one of the focus for the company to basically work with, manufacturers like us to grow the budget. Yeah, so they buy more and more inventory globally, and they become part of your media ecosystem. Yeah. So Amazon is very smart in leveraging the full CDG from awareness to conversion. Having said that, we just need to then accordingly. Yeah. So when we plan our upper funnel investment, we need to evaluate the role of Amazon accordingly. And we see that in countries like Europe, the role is huge because their inventory in Amazon DC is absolutely crazy, right? They have the Premier League rights, for God's sake, which is showing the sign of their power. When we look at the availability of their inventory in Saudi or UAE or Egypt, it is actually today still very limited. Therefore, we just, know it's very easy. They provide you the reach that they can provide. Yeah. Compared to TikTok, Snapchat, SIZMETA, YouTube, it's not even close today. So we again follow the market a little bit, but we are staying very close with all ecosystems we are working with to see where the trends are going. Because what is small today can surprise us in 2 years' time. Yeah, definitely. And on your retail point, again, it's about omni-channel. What we see, the domestic appliances, as an example. If you need to buy a kettle, you will go to Amazon, you will close it there. But if you need to buy a coffee machine, $1,000 investment, sort of, quite often we see that people go on our website or on Amazon for content. So I am also with you on the passion for the subject. But then before they make an investment, they want to go to the store to actually try the coffee. Yeah? Take a sip. So that is how your Amazon becomes part of online with content only. But then retail also plays a role. So it is different product from product, country from country. So we need to know these dynamics to build our plans accordingly. Yeah, so it's interesting how the campaigns become really like a brand performance completely, right? So from branding, something can be performance based or vice versa. Something initially performance based becomes a branding, as you mentioned, and drives the person to get more information about the product and then go to the retail. Right, Imran, you recently had some great launches, but just amazing products from Nothing Technology, and I
for you, this is one of the biggest cases. I mean, launch a new product on the market. So can you elaborate on that? What's the role of the retail media there? What's how it's going with you right now?
Absolutely. I mean, I would just start off by saying that you probably showed around 4 brands just in the 1 hour session,
Yeah.
our competitors as well. So then by that you can actually realize the kind of competition, the cutthroat competition that we are in, and we've actually ventured into the most difficult segment of industry as well. So it becomes all the more important for us to actually get the right eyeballs from the right section, from the right segment, yet deliver the same experience. Because for us, for all our products, it's all about the experience that we are providing. That's from the point of view of omni-channel marketing. I mean, I totally agree with that, and probably I would say that basic hygiene then becomes very much important. So right from all your funnels, your top, middle, bottom, wherever you go, all the touch points need to be attributed with the right formats, with the right contents. Because over here, especially in the MENA and Africa and the CIS region, you will find different cultures, different languages. They are different than we do in Europe. For instance, the kind of images that we use. Somewhere we have models, but here we don't have models. So, how do you still translate that feeling or the essence of the brand's DNA? How do you then showcase that? That's exactly where content optimization, the A+, everything else comes in picture. And adding to the point of Amazon as well, yes, even for us, in fact, we just finished JBP meeting yesterday evening with them. So it was the first draft round. So from our perspective, also we are starting early. They usually do it with all the brands in January. Our focus is just let's get it done now so that I can get better spots or better deals, offers, and all of those things as well. So especially during this period, all the Fridays that you're going to call, it's all going to be everywhere. So how do we then set into that as well? So with that, you have now the brick and mortar stores are now translating into click and mortar stores. That's the big fight that even Amazon or any of your e-tailers are now, or e-commerce players are now fighting. And then the gap which you actually trying to address. What do we do in Saudi Arabia? That's the biggest question I think every marketer in this region is actually trying to figure out. The difference, the way we need to reach out, the kind of opportunities or the kind of consumer opportunities or openings that are coming in terms of where now the consumers are actually going. Earlier it used to be only malls. Now there are different avenues that are opened up.
Yeah.
That's where the retail media spending front will come in. I don't want to give in more details what we're going to do, but I think you can get it where, what, and how.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty exciting. Thanks for sharing that. So, but can we all align on the? So I see that the part of retail media is growing for everyone, but and we see some very optimistic growth rates and forecasts. So just to sum up on this one, so do you think? So are you optimistic on that on the future growth, or you think that the market is testing right now and that's not going to be a significant part of the marketing mix or marketing budgets further on? Emanuele.
So, based on global estimates, retail marketing is supposed to grow within the next 5 years 160%. I think that in this region, because of the, let's say, the point where we're starting at, we will see an even higher growth in the next 5 years. And again, as I was saying before, more and more brands, more and more marketplace sellers are getting involved in their, in revising their marketing strategy, their strategy. There is more and more awareness, and there is more understanding of the benefits of investing online. As you were saying before, in the earlier years of e-commerce, there was this separation between online and offline. There was this, view of online marketing only as a performance, only for conversions. But now it's not like that anymore. We all know that it's not anymore O+O or online, offline. It's omni-channel, like Evgenia was saying. It's, you need to be everywhere. You need to be constantly talking to your potential consumers, to your consumers, because that's where they are. They're everywhere. They're in the mall, but at the same time, they're checking their Facebook. At the same time, they're probably checking Amazon. At the same time, they're reading their emails. At the same, it's everything. So you cannot only focus on one part of that. And again, retail media, because of all the different channels that are available now, and the complexity, the increased complexity of the tools that are available today, is going to grow. So I really think that again, we're going to see an even higher growth in this region, especially if we talk about Africa, for example. I mean, Africa still the penetration of e-commerce is very low across the full continent. Is around 2%. There are countries where it is below 1%. Countries like South Africa, where we are at around 9 to 12%. So we're still very far from where, let's say, more mature markets are, which is a great opportunity. So again, I really think that we're going to see these numbers come.
This is something like a long-term thing. Well,
Yes.
yeah.
But again, as we were saying before, the pandemic made everybody focus more on e-commerce.
Aware of that.
And instead of having a 5 year, 10 years plan, it became a 12 months plan.
At least something good happened.
So I don't think that it's going to be a long-term strategy. I think that everybody is so involved in with e-commerce and digital marketing in general right now that it's going to be in the next 2 to 3 years probably.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. Tatiana. You're launching a new market right now, entering Saudi.
Yes,
so can you share? I mean, of course, maybe not in very much details, but can you elaborate on the strategy?
Yeah, of course. Basically, just talking about the ad spend in the region, as per research I've done, I can see that from 2020 to 2024, it's going to increase, and it's already increasing by 60%. So, talking about optimistic, I'd rather say I'm realistic, because you can clearly see the trend. And also, as my colleague said, especially Evgenia from the same industry as I am, it's all about omni-channel, and especially talking about consumer journey. You can see that it's very inconsistent and super complex. That means that people are doing their research about brands, products, comparing the prices, and eventually convert and buy at absolutely different touch points and placements. So it's very essential to be present across all of them. And definitely the budget for the retail media is supposed to be increased. Why? First, because in this region, especially in the UAE, the internet penetration is pretty high, so it's 98%, and the population is pretty young, tech savvy. That means that trend is going to be growing, and especially, for example, social commerce, which is coming soon, and which is coming to be very popular. And retail media is going to be part of every single touch point of every single traditional digital placements. So definitely something to look at and consider. So from our perspective, from BSH, holding European brands, which also looking for awareness in this region. We're definitely looking for increase of the sellout and be more like sharing the market across other brands. This is our opportunity as well, because retail media can combine both of these objectives.
Yeah, noted. Okay, yeah. Actually, thank you very much for bringing up the social media and actually like different channels, because the thing that I want to elaborate as well, and we already mentioned that retail media is not just a banner on Amazon main page, right? So actually retail media is, and when we speak about the digital retail media, it can be app push notification, integrations within any customer support or any social media thing. So these are kind of new emerging channels which are coming into the market. So like, for example, WhatsApp or anything like that. So, and I think it's going to be a question to you, Price, first of all, right? So how do you think, what's your perspective on how these channels fit into the retail marketing strategies of brands and retailers?
Yeah, so we've all heard omni-channel and integrated marketing and everything, right? And these new age channels like WhatsApp, Instagram, they become essential to the retail media as well, because you're not just waiting for customers to come into the app and search for your products for them to see the ad, for them to see the banner, but the retailer has the option to invite customers into the app, right? And that is very powerful. Even brands themselves have the power to now push the audience to a retailer and say, we got this exclusive offer here, why don't you go and buy it? At the end of the day, it's all about ROAS, right? You want revenue, you want the business to grow, and irrespective of whether you're inviting the customer, the brand is pushing the customers to the retailer. At the end of it, it's all about GMV, it's all about sales.
Yeah.
So these channels really make a difference, right? And it's now slowly and gradually becoming an integral part of the whole retail media and the brand positioning.
How to manage them properly? I mean, I do believe, and it's going to be my next question. So it's like a bridge to that. Speaking about tools, right? So on how do we use that, right? I actually wanted to start about the retail media part, but since we're talking about the experience more, right? So let's start from that part. So maybe what are the techniques, maybe gamification things, or using these channels? How you engage with the customers using these channels?
I think when you talk about these social channels specifically, it goes across the journey, right? It's about bringing the customer in with notifications, for example, right? You invite the customers, and that's where content, copy, personalization, all of that plays a very vital role. And from that notification, you can potentially turn that into a two-way conversation. At the end of the day, with retail, with offline, the reason why people still go to offline stores is because they feel that connection with the brand. And you can now replicate that into digital channels. And that's where I think gamification, engagement, and social commerce. So it's a step-by-step journey. You start with notifications, move towards engagement, and then you think about social commerce as the last.
So it's like a matter of building the experience, right? Because shopping, I think, in one of my previous presentations, I was speaking about an experience, and I like this idea that there is shopping as a process, and that's what we are trying to build as marketers, right? And there is a buying, which is, well, I need it, I get it, right? And you have to use different tools to drive actually both, right? And speaking of experience and the retail media as well, and speaking about the tools, I want to elaborate more about, I mean, I've been talking about how you manage the product page and the tools. However, so first question is, how do you see marketing tech stack here in the Middle East for retail media, both for driving traffic, analyzing it, and managing the pages and the sellout? I don't know, maybe Fuzel, maybe we'll start with you.
See, I mean, when you talk about retail media, there are three entities that come into the picture. There is retailer, there is the brand, and then we have got this technical abilities that where we see transparency, collaboration that is required to make the user experience enhanced and elegant in a way. Because until you have this kind of setup, user may be go to the retailer page, but he'll not see the transaction happening. So we need to have this kind of better user experience, better technical agility, better rich quality data, you can say that, and better technical ability to, to have that data presented in a way so that it can be better monetized. I would say that.
Got it. Emanuele?
So I would like to add that, as we were saying before, the scene is becoming more and more fragmented. There are lots of elements, lots of players that are coming in the region, especially, and having tools that allow you to process information, to gather information, to check for your content, to improve your content, becomes extremely important for brands. And this is the reason why, for example, we work with you guys and with similar agencies, with similar service providers, because it's not possible otherwise to gather all the data, analyze all the data, have a holistic view of what's happening in the market, what's happening around you, especially when you have more and more retail. I mean, we saw before the guys at there are new players coming, new potential retailers, partners that you're going to work with. So it is important to have a place where the information is concentrated, stored, it's easy to analyze, it's easy to read.
Yeah, and yeah, before we move further, just one question to you: what kind of maybe difficulties, even using these platforms, what do you see as a potential to basically become better in this one?
Well, definitely having the possibility to integrate different services and different things in the same place would be the best. So, for example, again, you have the content part, which is the basis of e-commerce. It's the most important thing. And this is something that you guys, for example, covered with the 24 TTL. But then you also have the capability or the possibility to run ads around. I mean, in different platforms. You have Amazon sponsor ads, you have Amazon DSPs, non DSPs, you have banners and all kind of ads, all kind of real estate that you buy from retailers that today you have to go and check, you have to go and get this information from each and every single platform that you invest with.
Yeah.
And especially during high traffic moments or tier one events like Black Friday, back to school, Ramadan, Eid, whatever it is, depending on the country, it becomes very difficult because you have probably 7-10 different retailers, 10 different partners that you're investing with. So to gather all this information, to have all this data together in the same place where you would manage your content, where you would manage your brand store, where you would manage everything. So let's say have a backend support to collect and to link all these elements would be really, really helpful.
Yeah, that's a very actually amazing point you added. And I know that we have some retailers as well here in the audience. I know that, of course, retailer is basically managing its own platform and, of course, for its own profit. However, when we think about brands and retailers relations, it's important for brands. It's important to be in e-commerce, right? So it's not only one platform where we sell our products, and of course, there is a need to align with all the tools and make the integrations possible. I think even on the ads market, it still haven't been properly solved. I mean, you still have Facebook, you still have Google, and they're all separated, and that's a big issue. But yeah, I think with the help of technology, we can help. We can address that.
Alexey, I have just maybe a very unpopular opinion to.
All right, that's always great.
Technology stack you've been talking about. I think the current retail media generally is nice. It is not smart. In the sense that if you want to project your messaging and communication to customers, currently you have only one way to do it. So we disregard all AMP, AP testings, different personas of customers, and we use one retail media to deliver the same message to a variety of people.
Yeah.
That's not smart, because we keep talking about segmentations and grouping and different messages, and different people have different needs and wants, but we still communicate using the same way. I think technologically speaking, very amateur tech. I hope to see some integration with AI, maybe. It would make more sense to me. I speak, for example, I want to sell watches on retailer website. I want to sell different watches to different people. Because obviously I'm not into like hardware or other industries. I sell an item that needs to suit the mood and style of people, and there are so many. And same person can buy different styles. So how can I invest $100,000 in a retail media that speaks to everyone as equal?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe technology-wise, maybe it's there, but is it smart? No.
So the tools in the defining the audience and targeting the audience within the retailer is still something to grow.
I think so, because when you're talking, I mean, we all talk about Amazon like it's the key to our brand success, and that's where we need to be. Yes, of course, because there is traffic. But do you know how many or personas of people over Amazon trying to buy the same product?
A lot. Yeah.
That's the whole topic. One banner could do the job. 2, 10. There's no answer. But the best way to go about it is like, yeah, based on customer segmentation by AI or based on really analyzing personas or predictable behavior of previous shoppers, which is the best media to be used on this platform. Probably a banner, a pop-up, probably just a small, box somewhere, probably just an email reminder or a push notification.
I think it's a big way to grow because the more the revenue, the ad revenue grows within the retailer, the more they invest into the platforms as well. So what you are saying is absolutely correct. However, it's probably going to be like a midterm, long-term thing which going to evaluate.
Because even
later.
Google introduced the Performance Max tools, right? And that's exactly why they did it. Because you cannot project one way of media to a variety of people. You need the help of computer.
Yeah, AI. AI will save us after all. Yes, Imran. Thank you, Aboud, for that.
I actually totally agree with what you're saying. And the word that I really wanted to use was tech stack intelligence. AI, we see talking about artificial intelligence, but tech stack intelligence is something that would be key. We have inventory, in this case, inventory of data. But how or what is the quality of that data? What is the source of that data? Slicing and dicing, masking of that data. Privacy is becoming a bigger concern. So, this is where the actual intelligence will keep coming in with the right play, with the right set of plays. And that's where we will get our cards to play right. Show X person this card, show B person this card, hit the card, the product card, or what kind of offering that we can give. And that's exactly what would convert. So yes, definitely in this region especially, we are still lacking that part of it. How do we actually complete that circle, get the right sourcing of data, get that sliced and diced, and then have that proper targeting? A/B testing everywhere. You go to any B school also or digital marketing schools, they will say yes, A/B testing, variance testing, this testing.
I would say even A, B, C, D testing and more, right?
How much of it? After you already spent the dollars, then that's when you're going to realize by the time new product has come in. So you're already lost that part of it as well.
That's why I mentioned that the analytics is the key, right? So keep what's going on the shelf on a daily basis, right? Yep.
I'll just add something. I mean, most of the colleagues of co-panelists over here, the brands that they represent is something as a consumer would want to go and buy. So me as a Kaspersky, as a cybersecurity product, the challenges that I face is people perceive that, cybersecurity product is meant for, corporates, not for me. It's something like, if I have Windows different in my laptop, that's sufficient. That's not the case.
Until they get
Exactly, precisely. So, it's more of education that we have to do, and we need to communicate this. Just like, say, for example, most of us will have 2-3 passwords, and we use this across for all different platforms. But we have a product called Password Manager, so that you have one main password, but it generates password by itself across multiple devices, n number of passwords you can have for each of the system. So there's something that we are trying to communicate. We need to have that right audience for it and right messaging platform for it. So as I said, one generic message will not be efficient.
Can I add on that?
Yeah.
Because one of the discussions we have in the company is the role of D2C, right? So this
it's always a big discussion.
Hype that I think everyone is discussing. And in the last 2 years, I remember 2 years ago, we were thinking that D2C is actually a second channel. D2C is a .com D2C, let me specify, right? How do we maximize sales? And it was very difficult, actually, especially since especially with the rise of the marketplaces everywhere. So the new thinking that we have right now is we actually, in the current situation, the only working tool is this website, and using it as an engagement education tool is probably the future. Even if it doesn't convert immediately on the website, this website need not only to be like a digital catalog, but it should be some kind of interactive platform, ideally even with chat, live chat or AI-powered chat. These are details, but with some kind of guidance right there to create this environment where consumers can properly get themselves educated and choose the product. And maybe a marketplace later on will become one of the conversion spots.
And it becomes even more important because we're moving to the cookieless world, right? So owning your data, it's so important. It's fundamental. And if you don't have your own website, if you don't have these data, if it's not your own, good luck getting it from retailers, from Amazon, from everybody. I mean, we know how difficult it is to get the right information. So it is very important to have this direct touch point with your consumers.
Speaking of the data,
Yeah, I just wanted to add to this pain point. To be honest, we are talking about data-driven decisions, but about the tracking and the way how to get this data, it's really challenging. And I believe that the more stakeholders are involved in the process, the more complex and challenging it becomes to have efficient decision making in our process. So, yeah, I think this what should be fixed first.
I also have unpopular opinion about it. I guess marketers were trying to spend so much so much time collecting data for current customers, and we forgot how to grasp the new one. And this is the challenge every day, like with my team, like we sold blah, 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 we want to talk to blah, blah, blah. Those already have interacted with you. But what about the ones that never interacted with you?
Yeah, but from those audiences, we can learn more how to add others.
But I want to leave office by 5.
So I think
You're very ambitious.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to go home by 5.
So probably collectively we are all saying that, any of the retail marketplace sellers or banner sellers who are there in the market, probably if they reach out to us with the right data, with the right revenue conversion that we can achieve, I think you will have business from us, definitely.
Speaking about the data and the conversion and everything, and the complexity of getting the data from the retailers. So the question is, currently, how do you successfully measure the ROI of these campaigns? Or even if not, so I mean, what are the challenges here, and what do you think can be improved on the side of the retailers as well?
I'm still looking at me, no problem. Everybody's trying.
ROI?
Yeah, you can start. Yes. I can start it up on that.
See, I think from an ROI perspective, it's at the end of the day all about GMV, right? That's the core line. And you can add on top of it.
Yeah, can speak to the mic, please.
Yeah, sorry. So you can add layers on top of it, of course. But I think it starts with GMV, it starts with revenue.
Yeah.
We can always move up in as many directions as we want.
Sure. Yeah.
So, sorry, yeah. So, this is popular. This is popular.
All right.
Very popular. I think sales.
Let's see.
I think sales, right? Like ROI is sales. That's how we get paid. We come here and we talk. But generally speaking, I guess it depends on how you are looking at ROI or marketing ROI to what tool. Like for example, we're currently in discussion with you how to invest into a price tracking scheme.
Yep.
Obviously, the ROI there is not to track it with sales, but rather track it with acquisitions. We want to see where we are failing behind and what can we fill, or how can we fill that gap. So ROI is over there. It's not really financial in that sense, but it is more qualitative side. So we work on KPIs. We don't work on ROIs. We want to see in how many SKUs we are failing behind and how can we compete internally with other sellers who sell our own products. Because in our case, in watches, we have so many resellers and also we have so many fake sellers. So how can we know how to fill that gap? That is our return on investment per se. So in layman English, yes, it is sales, but in more coherent look on what we do with which tool, it goes down to really the benefit of your tool, why you are initially investing in it, to solve what problem. So solving the problem becomes your ROI. In our case, we look at it because on our e-commerce, on our even retailer websites or our distributor websites, we invest in a lot of tools like, yes, AI powered chat, blah 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 blah. But I don't ask my team like what kind of ROI we have out of the chat. Right? I asked you, never. Because that is obviously the end result of sales, as you rightly mentioned. The funnel, like we need to drive through that. We need to make sales. What problems we try to solve with those tools in order to achieve that goal.
Tatiana, what about BC? I mean, what Aboud is mentioning is, of course, everyone's looking at sales as a major driver. Of course, we've been talking about the top of the funnel as well, and the different types of branding campaigns and the retail. So maybe with you, is it the same or is it a little bit different?
Well, yeah, as I probably mentioned, one of the major objectives for our brands is building the brand awareness and drive the sellout. So obviously, talking about retail media, sellout is the major. But even if the sale is not happening, it still contributes to the awareness. And here we are looking at the brand store, like shop-in-shop visits, the time spent on our website, the bounce rate, and click-through rate. So at least people do this research, and our brand stays somewhere on top of their mind eventually. And maybe not this time, but next time they will take this into consideration when they are making a purchase decision. So yeah, unfortunately, there is no straightforward means to track it. However, eventually you can track the overall marketing metrics of the market share, and how the brand is performing overall in the market within other competition.
Yeah, got it. Thanks for that. Emanuele, there is one question that I wanted to address for you. Well, I think we discussed it with you previously, and it's interesting how, again, we have a combination of branding and sales, commerce, and the combination and mutual work of marketers and people from e-commerce, right? So you are as e-commerce manager, right? How do you see? How does this fight for the budget, right, between you and marketers, and who actually? Because I think in retail media it's more into the e-commerce. I may be wrong, but maybe you can elaborate on that, how it works with you. Who wins the fight?
So I would say that more than a fight is an alignment. We've been talking about KPIs, not only ROI, ROIS, but what is the objective? What are you trying to achieve with these investments, with this campaign, within this fiscal year, within the next 5 years, whatever it is. So, and especially when you handle a large region where your brand can be at different stages, be at different maturity, where the market is a different maturity, it is extremely important to connect with your stakeholders internally, understand what are the common KPIs, understand what you want to achieve. In some countries, it can be awareness. In some countries, it can be increasing of market share. In some countries, it can be retention of your customers. So, and then really try to shape your investments and your, let's say, next period's activities based on that, based on the objective that you want to achieve. So again, I don't see it as a fight. It's more of an alignment that is needed, which sometimes can be painful, sometimes can be easy, but
compromise.
Yeah, it has to be a compromise. And again, this is what we do, for example, at Epson. Again, we discuss with local teams. We understand what they want to do. Sales, marketing. We understand where we stand. Finance as well has to be involved.
Sure.
Because
they are paying after all.
Well, they're extremely important because they're the ones that release the money, right? So you need to have everybody in the conversation and make sure that you tackle all the objectives.
Sure.
Change management is here, right? I think the whole digital teams working in the MENA region are always having this digital transformation as part of their KPIs, right? Because obviously in the reality, you have teams who know how to do offline, let's say, right? Online is new, growing, and changing. So every year in your alignment, you tell new story. Share of offline, online media is changing. Share of BTL retail media online investment is changing, but it is not changing automatically. So in a way, fight is like a metaphor, but proper management and driving your whole organization with you in line with this change is absolutely important.
Yeah.
Because these things are usually visible only to us, not necessarily they are as clear to other major stakeholders, be it your marketing, sales, finance, etc.
Yeah, and just to add this, for example, best practice that we have in linking traditional, let's say, media or traditional campaigns with the online digital space. We have run some radio campaigns that for everybody is a traditional media, right? And every time we run the radio campaign, we always link it to a social media campaign that drives for traffic and conversion to a retail website. So you create this omni-channel approach, even from starting from a place that is not a selling place, because it's a radio campaign. It's not linked to a retailer. It's not a podium that you buy, a space that you buy within a retailer. So the important thing is to always have in mind, again, the objective, the KPIs, and try to find unconventional ways as well to link this or to create this omnichannel approach, to always look for that.
Sure. Yeah, and the important thing is not to mention we don't have to be egocentric, right? So we always have to listen, and because it's interesting because there is one market we operate in. It's in APAC and Indonesia. I still see, and the market is very actually evolving right now. It's growing, but I still see, even with the big brands, they still act in silo channels, right? So like D2C team is doing this, retail team, and they have like D2C teams, marketplace teams, and retail teams, and they all doing different things. We're trying to align with them, but it's like everyone, yes, they have KPIs, but they have their own, right? So I think a very important thing here, being not silo channeled, but again, omni-channel or omni-commerce in this case. Right. Thanks for sharing that. And yeah, I wanted to emphasize, because we are moving into the big sales season. Yeah. Whatever color Fridays, 11/11, and everything like that. The thing that I've heard from one of the biggest Russian marketplaces, which sounds very similar to Amazon, that there was a question about that some brands try to build their own calendars, your own promotion calendars, and the problem is that they don't fit into the retailer calendars. So and what they mentioned is that, hey guys, we have a strategy of always on promo, right? So it's going here, and calendars are already full. So instead of trying to bring something to us, just you have to blend in and try to benefit from what we are doing here. So my question is to you, like, how do you blend into the promotional calendars of the marketplaces and retailers here, or maybe you still do your own plans?
So obviously we work with retailers on their promotional calendar. Let it be, of course, Black Friday or back to school. We also try sometimes to create our own, especially when we want to liquidate. It's something we all do, I guess, right? But it really becomes the topic of how much money do we have. We either spend all what we have with attracting new customers through retail media or through participation in like Black Fridays and this kind of thing. Then we end up, when we come to our own free promotion, we cannot afford. It's challenging because especially in UAE, everyone is spoiled. So retailers and us and customers and everyone wants some promotion every day. So I guess it's challenging. I don't have an answer to Alexey, to be honest. It's always need to be like wise. Yeah. Which one creates more money to you? Then you just really tap into it. Only consider what do you want to achieve out of it. Obviously, slashing prices always and using powerful tools like retail media to announce it might be a very short term, good ego massaging tool. We achieved it. But maybe would people perceive you as just, Pierre Cardin? I don't know, some brand that is always on discount. It's like this is where the intuition and good marketing experience comes into place. When to do what for what.
Yeah.
And it's again, this is kind of decision is challenging because you have so many retailers. Amazon is not the only retailer for us, at least. We have almost 120 channels and have around 40 retailers, and all of them, they sell kick-ass brands in kick-ass stores. And all want to offer the best to customers because they are also competing.
Yeah, with each other.
Like everyone is competing, and we have only one brand. What to do? Case to case.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I can tell you about this season. I don't know about the next season. Our issue is totally different. We just launched an NPI in the beginning of August or end of July, and each of the retailers are like, if you have to participate in the Friday season, you have to have a discount. I'm like, I just launched. I don't have a liquidation issue. Just because I can't give you a promo deal, you're not letting me participate in this, in the campaign, or I won't get the prime spot. Like, okay, this is a totally different scenario as well. Secondly, I think the fight again is happening is whether do we give the offer from 9th, from the 1st of November till the 30th of November, or extend it to the US National Day till the 5th, because each and every retailer has a different one. I think the key over here is, at least I'm feeling the same thing. Now it's all about the relationship that the retailers are having with you as a person, and that's how everything is getting sort of worked out as well. It's totally different. Again, I'm saying I don't know about next year, but this is how we are or where we are right now.
I've also to consider that if you're talking online or offline, because offline, most of your retailers become just real estate agents, right? They want to sell you more shelf space. They want to sell you more promotions. Because you pay for it, it's not free.
The issue with our products, it's the same thing itself. You know, they actually
I'm
go
from electronics background, so I exactly feel your
they
pain.
actually go experience it there and there itself, check the prices online, then decide whether they buy here, they buy online, and that's the same thing. You have offerings of now, 15 minutes, 1 hour, the next day delivery, everything. So they're not even concerned, no, I'll buy it from this place. So that's how things are changing as well.
Yeah, for sure. Tatiana?
Yeah, I would like to add here that there are many marketplaces offer specific brand related events like brand days, brand weeks. Amazon have it, Carrefour have it, and it's actually a good opportunity for brands to promote and sell their products out of these crazy commercial periods where the prices are so high and the competition is so aggressive that it's becoming really you are getting out of your budget, or you just exhausted that you're not able to communicate for yourself. And this is opportunity for brands to communicate within the category season, for example, which might be different than commercial seasons. Yeah.
Sure.
First. And second, to create buzz around our own brands. Yeah, like for example, we have Bosch Festival, which is happening around back to school season, and it's a good opportunity to have cross-category communication where people are getting back from summer holidays, and it's more about brand communication rather than participation in overall events. So yeah, of course it depends on the budget, but it should be considered because participating in events, it's always budget exhausting.
But especially when it's always another event, one after another. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is this: well, if you consider the promotional intensity that we observe in in the GCC in particular, it's very high. If you compare it to the rest of the world, let's say Europe, even Asia, or US, the periods in which you are requested or you're supposed to be on promotion is much higher in this region.
Yeah.
You have again monthly promotions, salary week promotions, and then you have category week promotion, and then you have tier 1 events, tier 2 events, your own event. So I would say that the best is to set up your strategy as a brand, understand how you want to be perceived, how you want to position yourself, how you want to position products, and prioritize. You cannot participate to everything. First of all, because your budgets are not limitless. Yeah. Second, because you don't want to be perceived as a cheap brand, and also because you don't want that customers will wait to buy you because they know that you're going to be on promotion every once in a while. So you want to make sure that you keep your split of organic versus promotion sales in a healthy way.
Sure, sure. And it's quite hard these days.
Actually, our own promotion is called Pay Week, the end of the month, and it proportionally do to us better than Black Friday.
Really? That is going
If you look at our conversion to traffic,
yeah,
it's much better.
All right, nice, nice. Fuzel, what about you? In your category, how it works with the promotions and the sales seasons, right? So do you align with them or you have something on your own?
No, we do align with them as well, but occasionally whenever we have to do some additional promotions, we do that as well. So we are like flexible with this particular thing. So whenever we have to get some additional revenues, we do the promotion for that.
Sure. Okay, got it. Right. So, yeah, Evgenia, anything to add on your side?
Yes, you are asking all the pain points, one by one. Very well prepared.
I'm good prepared.
I just wanted to say that one of the tendencies I observe is a bit of value erosion in the Middle East, which is very, very upsetting. I came here 13 years ago, yeah? So I am observing what is happening. I see that ASPs are actually going down, and this is driven by this always on promotion for everyone, which results into the change of your mix of the product to the lower one where you can promote more, which results to the value dilution of your brand, even because if consumers are always buying the cheapest iron, it obviously breaks more often than our premium products. And with this always on promo strategy, we do not even have a normal opportunity to present more advanced things. So I am sitting and observing every time I see Carrefour anniversary. If you will see the price lowest ever come to us, we will beat it. Or when Amazon come to me and says, yeah, in the previous event, this is how much you owe me, actually. Time to time, I am even thinking, at what point will it stabilize? And at what point we will realize that actually Saudi, Kuwait, UAE, looking at the GDP per capita, looking at the economy development, are actually not the markets where you need to go completely crazy on promotion all the time. And where both us and retailers start working and thinking in a more strategic way on how do you extract actually more value from the market for manufacturers, retailers, but eventually for consumers themselves, because those who can afford buying, let's say, more advanced stuff will eventually enjoy them more because it will satisfy their needs more, and they will they will be happy with their purchase as well. Yeah. So that's one of the strategic considerations I have every time, especially around Q4. But still, it looks a bit boring in my opinion. I don't see the change. Well, I hope.
I do feel the pain. 10 years ago, before joining tech companies, I've been on the myself in automotive industry, and I remember being with a distributor in the retail chain in Kazakhstan. He told me, well, the problem is that the person comes and the first thing they ask, like, do you have a discount? Yeah. If you say no, they just turn 180 and they go back. So yeah, I do believe that. So in some markets, this is definitely the case, but however, things are changing, and by building brands and trust, I think that's gonna change the situation.
Yeah, just to add, I think there are two things. One is to have a brand perception. I mean, is this brand available always at a discount? If I go walk away now, I can come back the next week, or a week later, I can. The discount is good there. I can buy it again. So, do you want to have that perception, or saying this brand is premium brand kind of thing? So, there needs to be balance.
I think I agree with you, but it always goes down to the customer pocket. Brand perception is nice only if they can afford you.
Well, that's your ICP.
For example, I love Prada, right? But I cannot afford it. Prada can keep stock to me, like whatever they want. I just simply cannot afford it. So it's complicated. What you mentioned makes a lot of sense because the market is growing on volume, but degrowing on value. Because ASPs are all like, if you look back in the days, 100-inch TV used to cost you 100,000 riyals. Now 100-inch TV costs 3,000.
Possibly that's economies of scale. So
yeah, right.
We actually sell more value offers. and less of a higher end today versus 10 years ago. That's a bit visible, right? And some industries like space can be very bit unique, and you have USP, you can afford that. Yeah, in the consumer goods, it's ruthless, it's red ocean. If you are not there, somebody else will be at this price. So you will use your, yeah.
It's your profit at the end of the day. Lower ASPs.
But then it's a question of the strategy, right? So are you going in volume or are you going in added value, right? So I think it's up to the brand as well to decide.
Yeah, just to be honest, and back to the topic of retail media, the way that we are approaching this through programmatic advertising. So I don't put all my budget into one basket with Amazon, but I also, as also Emanuele mentioned, our own brand store is probably more important from data point of view. So programmatic marketing will drive the right audiences to the right products at the right time. That's how we make sure that in our 30 days month calendar, we don't have fluctuating sales.
Yeah.
So that's not good. So we try to to keep some trend by investing wisely in retailers / retail media, but also keeping in mind that our own house is in order. We want to attract so and so persona to buy so and so product. Simple. So Google Ads also is an amazing tool. You know what I mean? Like keeps business running.
For sure. Right. Well, thanks for sharing that. And I think we've discussed a lot of, again, pain points, right? Which we as US brands have having budgets and having opportunities. However, in this room, we also have, let's say, well, different tiers of different brands, different sizes. We have distributors, we have marketplace sellers. So from what we've discussed, from the points that you already mentioned, can you give a personal view or let's say an advice for brands and distributors who has less opportunity to test, less opportunities to find their way, any kind of an idea how to utilize the retail media better and to eventually grow their sales?
I think I just explained maybe it could be more of a use between current retail media / AI, right? Something more hybrid, I could say, in the offering. Because now, like even Amazon people approach me to buy ads, and yeah, that's boring. Just some banner somewhere, sell more. That's my advice to them is probably because they have the power to create better tools. Maybe they input to it an element of intelligence.
Yeah.
Targeting who at what time, spend how much. That kind of basic question segmentation could make us brand pay more because I'll generate much more.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Yeah, I could say from a brand perspective, the basics supposed to be 3P in this case, product, price, and promotion. And the media budget, media opportunities are coming like a cherry on top, and it's more related on ad quality. So if all of these components are working together, it's going to be successful eventually.
Yeah, sure. Price, on the tech side, what do you think can be done for small vendors to succeed?
So on the tech side, I think mentioned very rightly, it has to be a mix of both first-party data from your website, from the website, and then plugging that in with AI technologies to understand the user persona and then target them with the relevant content, with the relevant ads. I think that is the
knowing an ICP is basically
in a way.
Yeah. Got it. Guys, anything else you would like to share?
Maybe once you have particular budget and you invest, you see which is giving better returns, which is getting better yield, so per dollar. So that's one way to look at it. Again, you see what kind of data you have, what's your target audience. So, you just don't want to have it across the general, so you have to segregate, you're focused upon your target audience. And once you invest upon that particular audience, you're able to get better returns. So I think a lot of data, a lot of researching, more drill down on this. So it needs to be done when you get into this segment.
Sure. Well, thanks for sharing that. Okay, Dear audience, I think that was a really nice, fruitful discussion, but do you have any more questions to our panelists today? No. I think everyone is not just tired, but just eager for networking. So thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciate you joining us today and for your insights and values you delivered. Glad seeing you. Hope to see you again in our future events. And I really encourage you guys to have a little bit of a networking, because we are not just here to, smart talks and stuff, but also for some fun and some networking, right? Thank you very much. So that's all for now.
Thank you, everyone.
And yep, the audience, thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you.